This program was made possible by USAID and AGRA with technical support from MOFA.
Kuapa, good farming.
Yana nanu firi Kumasi, Edwampon. Ye be Kofodua no. Ema no, yentimi nante se mema. Nti yeduru baabi a ne yedi onwo agya ho. Ne mema ne se ye ba behwe, ansa ne abesan akofa won. Yeduru Kofodua Jason Park. Papa bi ye friend Papa Fodi. Ono wabuna pata wodua na se. Enti no obia wo kobiara oba no abehye ewo ofori dua na ase ansa na obia pe baabi a obetena ene kofodua na yedua banche yedua bodue koko me be huni nyese me hu na meka so ahu sade madure anso me do anso me wo ahoden ku adwuma no an wo no eye
Koforidua, also popularly known as Kedua, is the commercial center and capital of Eastern Region in Ghana. The city is home to many businesses. Today, Koforidua is home to many, and its favorable weather conditions as well as suitable soil type constitute a recipe for the production of crops. Koforidua has a favorable weather condition and fertile soil, which makes it ideal for the production of crops like cassava, maize, plantain, yam, and vegetables.
Welcome to another episode of Kuapa. We travel all over Ghana, meet hardworking farmers, and share practical knowledge with them so that they can farm well, grow more crops, and make more money.
Peri-urban agriculture is becoming more and more important. In the next 20 years, the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, estimates that more poor people and undernourished people will live in the cities more than the countryside. Increases in food prices is causing people to grow their own crops, like Collins. Meet Collins Nyako, a hard-working man. A teacher residing here in Koforidua with his family. Collins decided to go into agriculture as a coping mechanism to supplement household food needs. He watched Kuapa and decided to use the miniset technology to grow yam, pona. However, he was not successful, and Kuapa decided to find out the challenges he faced in an attempt to use the miniset technology.
Collins. Collins cultivates plantain, maize, and cocoyam on an acre of land. He's been watching Kuapa, so he decided to go into yam cultivation using the mini-set technology. However, he did not succeed. Kuapa is here to find out more about the challenges he faced using the mini-set technology. Okay. Collins,
sir,
why did you go into farming?
Okay, I saw that the cost of living these days is very expensive. So I decided to go into the farming to support the family.
Wow. But why yam?
For the yam, I saw your show on the GTV about the yam set technology, and I decided to go into that.
Wow. So you mean everything you know about yam production you learned from Kuapa?
Yeah.
Wow. So did you do the mini sets?
Yeah, I did all of them.
Wow, Collins, tell us some of the challenges you faced on your farm.
I cultivated about 1,000 and over, and only few of them germinated. and I don't know the cause of that.
Wow, you just don't know what happened, but you cultivated over 1,000 and just a few germinated.
Yes, sir.
Well, you called our call center.
Sir.
We had the information, so we decided to come in and give you a helping hand with our experts.
You are welcome, sir.
Thank you. But before that, can we see the farm?
Yeah, we can.
Let's go.
A few minutes drive away from Koforidua is Nyamikrom, where Collins Farm is located.
Okay.
Collins has no experience in farming and only learns from what other farmers are practicing around his farm. His farm is not well organized and he grows anything anywhere. This does not allow him to plan for his input needs and unable to maximize the little plot of land he has. So how many crops do you have on your land?
I have about 4 crops.
4?
Yeah.
Wow. This is total chaos. I mean, plantain here, cocoyam directly under. I see potato, I see granite. We really need to get help.
Well, take us to where the mini set is.
Let's go.
Colin, so out of the 1,000, only this?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Colin,
Yeah.
what variety is this?
This is Pona.
Kuapa will get Collins an expert to give him advice on how to organize this land so that he can maximize the use of the land. After we organize the land, we will see what other crop he can grow alongside.
We have a lot of work to do here, but after the break. Kuapa, good farming. Kuapa, good farming. Welcome back. If you just tuned in, we are still on Farmer Collins' field. And Molly here is an agric extensionist. He will help us identify some of the problems that Collins faces in his farm. And maybe he will help us solve some of them.
Hopefully.
Let me bring you up to speed.
Collins.
We are here to impart knowledge on Farmer Collins. He has been watching Kuapa.
I saw your show on the GTV about the yam set technology, and I decided to go into that.
And decides to use the mini set technology to grow a yam variety known as Puna. However, he was not successful, and Kuapa decides to find out the challenges he faced in his attempt to use the mini set technology and give him some expert advice. Thanks for staying on. We can start with the scout.
Okay.
How do you see his farm?
Time to inspect Farmer Collins' field with our expert, Mauli, so as to be able to give our farmer some expert advice.
Probably there are some few things I think when I speak about, it could help address some other issues.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guess what I found?
We don't actually advise that we keep these bottles on the farm because kids will be passing around and if they pick it up, they can put salt inside, they can put water inside and they'll drink it. I would love to throw it away, but you need to keep it so that you hold it along. So when you go and get a very good place, you can deposit it. Either you bury it or you burn it. Before you bury the containers, you need to destroy it. But it's always advisable you have a place that you keep these containers. Then when you get enough, then you later cover. But you can't be punching the farm at random at all times. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
When it comes to mixing of crops, or you want to mix a crop with either groundnut and then maize, it's advisable. Or groundnut with plantains, advisable because one will give nutrients to the soil. It's why the groundnut because it's the leguminous plants that can deposit nutrients into the soil. But if you mix 2 feeding crops together, then you need to apply fertilizer. It's good you've planted in lines, one for cultural practices. So when you're weeding through, it's much easier for you. When you're applying fertilizer, it's easy for you. And also doesn't compete for nutrients on the ground. So it's good you did that. So I think I'll encourage you to keep doing it. If you have time, you can now partition the farm. So if one sector of the farm will be for cocoyam, one area will be for the plantain, and then one area will be for other things, except that you want to do proper intercropping. That alone will help a lot on the farm. Your ground is very soggy, so most of the times you need to be clearing these debris so that you don't keep the soil too wet. Otherwise, you introduce fungal infections onto the soil. Probably the shades are too much. So if you can also cut some of the
The trees over
trees
here.
so you can get a little sunshine.
Okay, thank you very much.
Most of the times, we advise that when you are moving a plantain sucker in particular from another fruit to another, it normally comes with its own pests and diseases. So we advise that you par the under. If I say paring, you have to remove all the roots under.
If you cut all the roots, will it be able to germinate again?
Definitely, it will germinate. And then if you notice some black spots under the plantain, you have to remove them with a cutlass or a knife. Remove them and leave all in a farm.
Okay.
And then carry this and go. You don't carry this sickness into the new farm.
Okay.
And that's the reason if you notice most of the plantain stands you see, when the wind blows, they fall. And most of the time, so they don't germinate so well. Most of the time, you see people are using sticks to block them from falling. It's all because they carry the diseases before they brought to the new farm. But if you're able to do the plantain paring, you see that the plantain will grow very well. It will stand firm.
Collins, sir.
Until on your farm,
Yeah.
this is not good enough on your field. More especially that you are having this cocoyam and then having yam, because these are all in the soil, root tubers, and these termites are also in the soil. So you'll be surprised that anytime you want to harvest, they've taken their share already. They'll damage most of the roots. So it's always advisable that you have to treat this thing, because you have to trace where the queen is and then destroy it. So you need to break it down and then use hot water. Boil hot water,
Okay.
and then you pour it 6 times, twice within a week. Then to go deep into the soil and then destroy it. Then we can also have the chemicals. And when you pour it inside, it suffocates the termites and they all die. So the moment the queen dies, that's the solution.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mauli,
Thank
for
you very
sharing
much.
your expert advice.
Thank you.
We are very grateful.
Thank you.
While Prince and Collins were busy hunting for the queen termite, I was busy inspecting his yam field with our expert from Josma. This is Mr. Nkrumah's observation. Half of the yam was cultivated under shade, which is not good. Seed yams are usually a limiting factor to increased yam production because they are expensive and scarce.
Remember, Mauli was saying that.
Prince, Aiko!
Yeah, when you see those dry things, you should be cut.
Okay.
Prince, how did your expert go?
You know, Mauli was able to teach Farmer Collins how to properly arrange his crops on his farm, how to practice good farm hygiene, and we were also able to get rid of termites from his farm.
That's good news. Then you've learnt a lot.
Yes, I have.
Wow, I see.
So, Mr. Nkrumah, what are some of the improved varieties of yam available for farming?
Okay, in general, the farmers have their own seed. But at the moment, CRI have come up with about 2 or 3 varieties, namely Kukurupa, Mancron, and CRI Puna. Meanwhile, the farmers are using their own seed sets for cultivation. And we have Puna, Dente, Sewa, and many others in the system. It depends upon where you are coming from. But in general, what we are using, especially for export, is Puna, Dente, Labrico. But we are now concentrating on Puna and Dente.
Dente.
So, Collins, what varieties do you have on your farm?
I have Puna and Afase.
Puna and Afase?
Yes, Afasia is what we call water yam.
Okay.
It's very expensive. Unless you get a new way of establishing the seed yam, there's no way you are going to expand your farm.
Is there still market for yam?
Sure. Locally, we have a big market for yam. And also for export. Only if you can meet the standard set for exporting yam.
Mr. Nkrumah, let's teach him to upgrade to the standard you're talking about so he can get market.
Sure.
Do you have a piece of land we can use?
I have.
Great, then let's go.
All right, Mayfield, so whilst you're at it, let me just go get a few things.
Okay, see you later.
Okay.
To prepare yam mini set, you will need some basic materials: nylon ropes, hand gloves, fungicide, knife, insecticide, and a tuber of yam. The first step is land preparation. Nkrumah advised that Farmer Collins should select a site and soil which is appropriate for cultivating yam.
So you have to get a soil which water can pass through and out of the soil. You have to avoid marshy areas. If I pick up the soil and I roll it into a ball, I will splash it down and you will see. You see, it should split.
Okay.
If it doesn't split, it means the clayey content is very high and it's not good for yam cultivation.
Note that yam requires a fertile, well-drained soil that is sandy, loamy soil.
You can pick up the soil yourself and then demonstrate. The same demonstration. I'll hit it into the ground. You see, they have spread. It means the clayey content is low.
So here is good for the demonstration.
Here is good for the demonstration.
Make your ridges with recommended dimensions. Our expert educates our farmer on ridge making. Mr. Nkrumah, what are the importance of ridges over amounts?
You will get more seed yams from the field.
Wow, that's good news for you.
From the ground to my waist.
It's 1 meter.
It's 1 meter.
Okay.
So I'll cut it and then use. From the apex of a ridge to the closest ridge should be a meter apart. The height of the ridge is about a knee high.
Remember, the height of your ridge should be 50 centimeters above the ground. Farmers can also measure 50 centimeters by standing close to a ridge, using from the sole to the knee level of an adult's feet. Our expert says with ridges, you can utilize your land better. We're going to try our hands on yam planting, but after this break.
Kuapa, good farming. Kuapa, good farming.
Welcome back. So far, we have learnt about some yam varieties, the importance of building ridges, and how to control pests on your farm. Mr. Nkrumah, he says he doesn't treat his seeds.
It's very important that you treat your seed before seeding them.
Why is it important for him to treat his seed?
You have to avoid fungal infestation. The seed it will be attacked by fungus. Okay. And also termites can attack the seeds as well. That's why he lost most of his seed yams.
Can we start by treating our seed?
It's very necessary that you get your
protective
gloves,
clothing, especially hand gloves.
Next is to identify the yam variety you want to plant.
This is Puna.
Note that aside Puna, Asobaire, Muchumudu, Dente, and Labreco, which are widely produced in Ghana, there are improved variety available for farmers. CIR Puna and Kuapa. Contact your district MOFA office for these varieties.
This is the head and the bottom, and we have the middle section. The head will germinate faster, followed by the bottom side of the seed. The middle part will germinate later on. You have to separate them so that you know the number of ridges or where you have seeded the head. You start working there first.
Next step is cutting and preparing the yam seed for planting.
You try to cut them into the size of a matchbox. If it's bigger than a matchbox, it's okay.
Mr. Nkrumah,
hello.
Will all these parts germinate?
Yes, so far as we have eyes on the yam and it's not bruised, they will surely germinate.
Okay.
In cutting the seed yam, the size should be almost 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters, or farmers can use a matchbox to get a relative measurement. Mr. Nkrumah, what next?
We are now going to immerse them in prepared solution.
Okay, then let's go. Always remember to treat your seed yam before planting. Pour clean water into a pan.
This is about 3 liters of water.
Okay.
Pour almost 50 ml of insecticide and fungicide in the water. Stir and soak your seed yam in the solution for about 3 minutes. Alternatively, if a farmer cannot afford to buy insecticide and fungicide as recommended, he or she can dab the surface with wood ash or use the leaves of a neem tree. Squeeze the liquid out by rubbing it in your palm and soak it in a bowl of water. Soak your seed yam in it overnight before planting. Always remember, wear gloves when using agrochemicals to prevent any harmful effect of the chemical on your skin.
So I'll remove it.
Take the seed yam from the treated water and allow it to dry under a shade for 15 minutes. Formerly, farmers used just the head as seed. So from a tuber of yam, you get just one seed. But from this minister technology, we've gotten 23 seeds out of one tuber. Your seed yam is now ready for planting. Remember, the planting distance between the yam seed should be 50 centimeters.
This stick I'm holding is about 50 centimeters. I can use my hand. I don't have to measure first before getting my spacing.
Okay.
I can use the length of my arm.
So you can use your hand from the tip of your hand to the elbow, then you dig a hole.
Okay.
From the tip of the hand to the elbow, then you dig a
That
hole.
will be between the 25 and the 50 centimeters.
Okay.
Bury the yam seed in the soil. Ensure that you slant the yam on its edges when burying. Nkrumah advised we cover our ridges with shrubs to help retain moisture in the soil. This process is also known as mulching. Mr. Nkrumah, what next?
We have to set the sticks
Okay,
at the
Collins,
edges of the
bring the
ridge.
stick and the rope.
Okay.
Fix your stick firmly in the soil next to your ridges. Tie your nylon rope firmly on the stick and use some of the ropes to direct the sprouting yam on the string rope. This is very important to protect the tender vein of the yams, which the minister technology produced, from breaking. Seed yam should be planted 10 to 15 centimeters deep in the soil and the spacing within rows 50 centimeters. Example, from the hand to the elbow of an adult arm. Great work. Mr. Nkrumah, how long would it take him to harvest this?
It will take about 5 to 7 months for harvesting. That's the initial harvesting. But if you want seed yams, then you have to wait 9 to 10 months.
Oh, great. Collins,
Madam.
now you have properly learned how to cultivate yam using the minister technology.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Nkrumah. I'm sure this season he will not lose any of his seed yams. We are so grateful.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nkrumah.
It's a pleasure for inviting me.
Praise.
How did it go?
Very tiring but educative. He can attest to that.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was very educative.
I really expected that. Now, Collins,
Sir.
since you use a lot of chemicals,
Yeah.
on behalf of everybody at Kuapa, please accept this protective equipment.
Thank you very much.
If you're watching from home, all the information you need is on the Kuapa website and Facebook page. If you're not active online, call the call center.
And Collins, I am very sure that your next farming season will be very wonderful.
That one, yeah.
It was wonderful working with you, Collins.
Thank you.
Continue feeding the nation.
I will.
See you another time.
Bye.
Let's check our Kuapa tip for the day. Kuapa tip of the day. You can also nurse your yam seed. Prepare a shaded nursery. Put a fine cover of sawdust and water it. Spread the fragment on the nursery bed and cover with another layer of sawdust. Water regularly for 2 to 4 weeks. Avoid excess water that may provoke rotting. When minisets are at the sprouter stage, one can transplant to the ridges. Next week on Kuapa,
We are in Bekro in the Eastern region.
and we are talking about maize. Join us as we share the experiences of the farmers in Begro who want to make changes that will transform them from small-scale farmers.
Into successful and sustainable agricultural businesses.
That's all for today. Make a date to the same time next week. We just might be on your farm. And always remember, every every day is a Kuapa day.
Kuapa, promoting good farming.
This program was made possible by USAID and AGRA with technical support from MOFA.